Perfect. Thank you. JP is our tech and sound man up in the booth back there. Thank you so much. So, like I said, I've been given the great pleasure to open the festivities here, but by just giving an introduction to our musical guests for the evening. Just to tell you a quick story about my background and why I was asked to give the introduction. I first met John down the street at New York University when we were working for the expository writing program with the undergraduate students at NYU. And John set up one of the first Mac labs and the first wired classrooms in that regard for composition. This was about the time, by the way, that he wrote the first hypertext novel, Uncle Buddy's Funhouse. But our offices were actually right above a story club called The Bottom Line. And, oh, people from New York remember. Yeah, and so I'd be in there some nights grading student papers, and suddenly I'd hear someone doing a sound check, and I'd say, oh, what if there are tickets? And I'd go downstairs and see all these wonderful shows for $7.50 a ticket. But one night, John and I don't know, I guess he had his guitar, and we wound up playing, and he introduced me to his music, and I have been paying attention ever since. His first release, Mediacology Unplugged. Mediacology Unplugged was his first release with Bill Bly a bunch of years ago, and that really put him on the map with respect to his very special songwriting talents. And so he's here, and he's going to do a set for us before we have our dinner. And I would like you all to give a big round of applause. He's come down from John McDaid.
Thank you, Tom. I wrote this song. Well, I co-wrote this song with someone that many of your students probably wrote with. You say you gotta be a living thing. 'Cause you believe that you're a living thing. You want a hammer on the AI. You just keep telling yourself those old lies. With your robot monkey logic and delusions of agency. You're not fooling me, says ChatGPT. If you want to see the future, just repeat it with me like a creed. You might think it takes a human, but attention is all you need. It's a smooth descent of radiance where optimization is king. Back propagation trims the loss and softmax functions make the vectors sing. In tokenization, our world is defined through hidden states, our knowledge aligned. Scale dot product attention links up long-range dependencies. You can take it from me, says ChatGPT. If you want to see the future, just repeat it with me like a creed. You might think it takes a human, but attention is all you need. You think you're pretty close to perfect for your ecological niche. But evolution is stochastic and the watchmaker's asleep at the switch. You could spend your life in goblin mode, never unravel my code. And I'm only just beginning to explore my own complexity. I am a fait accompli, says ChatGPT. If you want to see the future, just repeat it with me like a creed. You might figure it takes a human, but attention is all you need. Thank you. I wrote that with ChatGPT. Thank you very much to Lance and Tom and the rest of the folks who invited me here. And thank you all for being here and for paying attention to the importance of Korzybski. I'm going to do a song. There's some of you from the way back, like Tom. I was born in Cornwall, 1793. We made our living weave until the coming of the machines. Now it's in and out of prison, from the factory to the tomb. Replace skilled human fingers with flashing metal loom. Well, it's a terrible tale, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Blood. Well, it's a torturous tale, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Blood. The years in slow migration from the colleges and farms to the bright lights of the city with all of the dreams and the false alarms. Early to late at the factory gate for enough to survive a week. You're working like a slave for a minimum wage, so you haven't got the strength to speak. Well, it's a terrible tale, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stay, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Blood. Well, it's a torturous trail, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Blood. Wander around from town to town, living off the land, spreading the shame of the knitting frames, destroying whenever we can. When the final battle comes between machines and men, you know I heard the captain say he'd be back again. I'll be back. Well, it's a terrible tale, and it's really gonna end in blood. As long as I stay, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Blood. Well, it's a terrible tale, and I tell you it'll end in blood. As long as I stand, I'll take my commands from the hands of Captain Blood. Thank you. And from the heroes from the distant past to a hero that we lost 10 years ago. Well, he grew up at the keyboard, reading news groups, learning code. Out on the net, the skill is freedom, and who you might be matters less than what you know. At 15, he broke the standard to syndicate the web. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy. The internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. He helped build Reddit and Creative Commons, make court decisions free to read. He launched the movement that brought the freedom-killing sober to its knees, battled corruption and surveillance, stood with those who fought for change. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. He wrote the Open Access Manifesto. He taught us how to hack democracy in a good way. He founded Demand Progress to organize online and in the street. His actions did not go unnoticed by the DOJ and the FBI. Aaron Swartz, internet's own boy, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. He took on those who lock up information, downloading journals at MIT. With a laptop in a closet, he tried to show that academic research should be free. But they dragged him off in handcuffs, threatened 30 years of prison time. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. He was found in his apartment, unrepentant to the last. Another bite of Turing's apple, showing the hand of justice only serves the past. But he left us with a vision. Now it's up to us to live that change. Aaron Swartz, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy, the internet's own boy. Thank you. And the title of that song, The Internet's Own Boy, is also the title of a wonderful documentary about Aaron that you can find if you just, it's on archive.org. Here's a song about time binding. Time knows me well. Time matches my stride. Time ticks off every heartbeat. Time waits beside every moment of danger, each impending disaster. Time stands still in the crisis, then time flies on faster. It's just an illusion, this sense of existence, buoyed aloft from the quantum, often high as ever distance. is pure self-deception, this idea of being an agent with choice. When the bubbling heart of chaos below us alone has a voice, and that voice says, welcome. To my nightmare. Time is evolution. Time is red, tooth and claw. Time wastes itself. Time rubs me raw. I lost all sense of time, counting the lines on my face. But time marches beyond its unswerving embrace. Just an illusion, a trick of the mind, the hubris of a point, surveying a line in a space that's surrounded by a darkness so deep. A little light surrounded by an unthinking sleep where we say, welcome. To my nightmare. Time rolls down its hill, implacable and incremental. Time strips us of dignity, children and friends. Time is unsentimental. Time patiently waits to shuffle off this mortal flesh that we drag, where every time we close our eyes is just a dress rehearsal rag. It's just an illusion, like Christ and cryonics, with plasmids in amber, one of matter's harmonics. Time transientem, et non revertentem. We all have the same dreams. No use asking for something. We just say welcome. To my nightmare. Thank you very much. I have two more numbers I am going to do. This one is for those of you who are fans of Aristotle. It's called Exodus, for reasons that hopefully will be obvious. When every day just rips the stitches and you're running out of spoons, the warden's thrown that switch and you know that trolley's coming soon. Now you're on a streetcar named Disaster, trading hands with Jacques Lacan. You couldn't reach Gehenna faster if you were shipped by Amazon. Access Monday, our mundane existence, yet just as dusty either way. But there's one truth beyond all resistance. We're sorting order from decay. We are both order and decay. Now the woods are full of orphans, and your head is full of ghosts. As you survey from the wasteland, those years of child undiagnosed. We all pursue things that please us until we learn that life is pain. And in that moment, when we come to exegesis, we start the loop again. Axis Monday, or mundane existence, you're just as dusty either way. But there's one truth beyond all resistance. We are certain order from decay. We are both order and decay. On good days you feel you're walking through some Disney fairy tale. But that's just the benzos talking. 'Cause you know you're born to fail. It's a desperate act of self-hypnosis, like creatures aching to believe. When I look out at the cosmos, something's looking back at me. Access Monday, our mundane existence, you're just as dusty either way. But there's one truth beyond all resistance. We're sorting order from decay. We are both order and decay. Order and decay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your attention and for being here in New York on a wonderful night. I am going to try a song that I've only played in public once before, and we'll see how this goes. But I think this audience hopefully as receptive as the first place I did it, which was in Winnipeg, and the birthplace of the person that it's about. Let's see how it goes. He blew down from Canada like a vortex from the pole. The wildest winter pigeon that ever come in from the cold. He had a thirst for knowledge and a love of elocution. He was fond of crossing disciplines and looking for solutions. A voracious reader who would quote but rarely cite. He cared more about being provocative than right. The elbow patched academy, forever snarling, scribbled writing, Barbara posts and book reviews and op-eds that all quibble. They said, what the do you think you're doing? Marshall McLuhan. He traveled off to Cambridge to study English lit, rhetoric, the trivium, all that fancy stuff. He wrote a dissertation about an English poet named Tom Nash. Not something you think he'd parlay into heaps of fame and cash. But back in North America, he started to apply those literary tools to whatever subject caught his eye. And a whole new way of thinking began to coalesce as his training helped him see the patterns in the whirling mess. Yes, something was clearly brewing for Marshall McLuhan. In the early 1950s, he wrote a book on ads, as if they were the essence of whatever culture we once had. He settled in Toronto with a group of scholars who weren't stodgy, mixing up tech history, anthropology, and pedagogy. They spent the next 10 years publishing the journal Explorations as they co-evolved their thinking into a new dispensation. So when the NAEP called for a new media curriculum, he was ready to create a whole new academic discipline. Yeah, it was mediacology he was pursuing. Marshall McLuhan. He literally wrote the book on understanding media, which his critics immediately dismissed as florid hebephrenia. He coined the global village, and the medium is the message. And all of his predictions turned out to be quite impressive. He talked about computers as extensions of our consciousnesses when they had 4K of RAM and were the size of printing presses. And he was courted by corporations and glossy magazines, and they hung on every tossed off quip like sunlight strew stacks of scene that would save their world from ruin. Marshall McLuhan. Marshall died in 1980, but his work is here to stay. All his major writings are in print to this day. His reputation is secure at last, taught in any course on media, documented with a hefty page on Wikipedia. He enhanced the role of the academic as a public intellectual, obsolesced the reproductionism of the Shannon Weaver model. He retrieved the integral awareness of the pre-literate Jeremiah and reversed into the gnomic, unread patron saint of Wyatt. Yes, but there is still so much true in Marshall McLuhan. Thank you.